Okay, all righty, here we are. Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce, where we try to explain what's happening in the world of investments in plain English and help our viewers find a way to make money by writing stock options on shares that they're holding anyway. People are being paid here to be shareholders, being paid well, and I congratulate all of you who are into the option writing game. Lots going on as usual. Lots of undercurrents here in the markets. Um, we have domestic issues, North American type issues. We have European issues. We have Asia issues, and we've just all kinds of opinions on just where are we going. Remember, this is the end of the year. It's the 28th of December. It's Wednesday, primetime live is on tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern. Don't forget, and you're going to get all the year-end prognosticators and all the estimators and all those people who are trying to show you that they deserve to exist in your opinion. Remember, though, a year ago, all the bond guys and girls, all the stock guys and girls, all the hosts of all the TV shows, they all played the parlor game last year called, "Oh, what do you think the market's going to do in the next year? La ti da ti da." And everyone last year, especially those who are under 40, 45 years of age, children at best, had no idea, no clue, no personal experience of what the economy was like in the 70s and the 80s when their parents were running the show. And they didn't ask their mom and dad. Maybe they couldn't anymore. Mom and dad aren't around. I don't know. They didn't ask their elders before they opened up their yaps to give you their opinion on what the markets are going to do and how the markets are going to react. They just decided that based on their wealth of knowledge, since they graduated business school 8 years ago, 7 years ago, that they are now experts in their field. No need to study any history of any kind. And we're going to tell you the way it is because, hey, this is this is 2021 going into 2022, and I'm going to tell you what it's going to be like in 2022. And because I got a job with this Wall Street firm or I have a job with this television network, I must be king crap. I mean, I got this job. So obviously they're looking at my wisdom and my years of experience to tell you what I think is going to happen in the next year. And interest rates were supposed to reach maybe 2 to 2.5% this year. The inflation rate was going to top out at 2.8%. The easing campaign will be robust as ever, and that Europe and Japan and China will not abandon an easy monetary policy, especially in America. There's no way they're going to do that. Corporations rule, and everything is going to be just hunky-dory. And markets are going to hit new highs every month of the year, all through 2022, and it's just going to be wonderful. That was the prediction from so many of those folks last year, so many of them. And they were wrong the minute they spoke. They were wrong within 30 days of their prediction. And in the first 90 days of the new year in 2022, their numbers were all blown out the door and never to be seen again. Yet, these same people, a percentage of these same people, keep coming back to us saying, "Oh, yeah, the Fed's going to ease up now. It's all good now. We had a little inflation bump, we're going to be fine." The fact that you can't give away your house to anybody, the fact that you can't qualify, most of you can't qualify for a mortgage out there in the middle class. That's just a glitch. That's Ignore that. It's not going to be a problem at the end of 2023. Everything's going to be fine. They still don't get it. They don't want to get it. They don't want to believe that history has a way of repeating itself. They're just so enamored by modern making of World War II movies today, they think World War II was in color. They think that World War II was happened in slow motion with special effects, and that people in the Army and the Navy and the Air Force Marines, they didn't get dirty, they didn't get hurt, they didn't suffer mental issues. Everything was fine. That whole thing about the Second World War is way overblown. This thing in Ukraine is just a little glitch. It'll be resolved real soon, and all will be well. Completely out of reality, still not in reality. And then, of course, there are today's newly elected officials in various countries of the world who are about to take office in January. Around the world, not just America, but around the world, many, many new politicians are coming in to attempt to solve the world's problems. And these folks are in a world that never existed. Their idea of the world they're in never happened ever in history. And so where they're coming from, I do not know. There are folks rightfully concerned out there that some of their leadership are like way off on a tangent that makes no sense. Most of us who, work for a living and pay attention to the real world, we just try to get by and hopefully not interact with too many of these fantasy people here or in a fantasy world. We kind of let them, however they survive. I don't know. I don't know if they have rich parents or something. I don't know. Somewhere someone's giving them an allowance to be as stupid as they are. I don't know. I'm just kind of looking at a world where we do see housing prices still falling. We now see used car vehicle prices falling. We're about to see new vehicle sales fall off the table. And we're going to see Detroit and Germany and other countries who make vehicles become very aggressive in pricing their vehicles. You're going to see ads all over the Super Bowl for deals on trucks and SUVs. All the wrong vehicles that you should not be buying are about to be shoved down your throat with deals of a lifetime, as car companies desperately try to make money selling crap we shouldn't be buying anymore. The kind of vehicles that get less than 20 miles to the gallon in the city, pollute the skies, and are told to us we should have a half-ton pickup truck in suburbia so that we can do the odd errand once in a while for our friends. We are about to get inundated with promotions to try to convince us to buy vehicles for the next 10, 15 years of our lives, because after all, a new pickup truck is good for 10 years. So that we can just keep on burning the fuel that apparently never ends. And the atmosphere craves carbon. We need to provide the atmosphere with carbon. In the meantime, there are naysayers out there saying Tesla's in big trouble. Oh, this company's done for. No one's going to want to buy a Tesla. The stock's going to go down. I got bad news for those folks. Or I got a dope slap of reality. Maybe it's a Will Smith dope slap, just one of those, whack, hey, wake up. No, Teslas are everywhere here in California. Where I am in Southern California, they rule, man. And you are in a Tesla around here, you're cool. You're cool. People stare at you when you drive a Tesla. You walk into a Costco parking lot and you see a Mercedes here, a BMW over here, a Bentley over there, a Model 3, a Model Y, a Model S. You see all these Teslas, and people get into Teslas. Other people look at them. The guy gets into a Bentley, they go, oh, yeah, Bentley, whoop-de-doo, $250,000 V10. Poor bastard has to pay $550 for premium gas. Poor son of a bitch. Wow, guy's got to be rich, but is he blowing his money? People get into a Tesla, silently it leaves, makes no noise. It's amazing. No smoke, no revving of the engine, really nice. We get people who come driving along a country club road here in a hopped up Mustang or a Challenger, and they rev their motor. People look at them in disdain, going like, "Shut the hell up, you dinosaur! Get back in your cave where you belong. I mean, get with the program, buddy. It's 2022. What are you doing? You're not needed here." There's old school, of course, but what can I say? No, Tesla and electric vehicles are fine. Hybrids everywhere here. Tesla hybrids. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how many Tesla or not Tesla, Lexus and Toyota hybrid vehicles. They're just everywhere. More electric vehicles popping up all over the place, and they're cool. You're in if you're driving one of those. You're not out. You're in. It's the future. Those of you out there who just can't believe the grid can handle it someday and all, I get it. Back in the 50s, there were naysayers going, gas stations, there's not going to be a gas station at every city block in big cities. You can't do that. We just finished the war. We didn't have enough fuel for the Army and the Navy. How are we going to have this for our country? Well, 8 miles to the gallon, 12 miles to the gallon, 15 miles to the gallon, fleets of vehicles all over North America, all over Canada, all over America, gas stations everywhere, handing out prizes. You remember those days you used to go and get a tank of gas and they would give you something? People used to get ashtrays, smoke them if you got them in a flaming car. They used to be able to get little stickers at gas stations, and you put enough little stickers together in the book, you could submit that for a crystal bowl set. You could put that in for all kinds of prizes. You remember cigarette companies used to have those little tabs, those little stamps on the top of the packs, and if you bought a pack of smokes, you'd unwrap the plastic packaging off and throw in the garbage, plastic package, and then there'd be a stamp in there, and you would collect those. You'd link that stamp, put it in your little book, and you could order stuff through the mail from the cigarette companies and decorate your home smartly in today's new world. In any event, our current leaders just don't realize where we came from 30, 40 years ago. Back to the inflation fight and interest rate thing. There are no 40-year-olds alive today with a mortgage on a house that have ever had to think about renewing their mortgage at 12 or 14 or 16 or 18%. Never. They've never had that problem. They were brought up in homes with parents and grandparents who had to make those decisions back in the 70s and 80s, but they were playing with their toys. They were little children playing with their Hot Wheels sets, had no idea what the real world was like. And they are not spending any time looking back at the world that their mom and dads came from, that built today's world that we're in. No clue. And they are completely clueless as to what has to happen at the Federal Reserve level over the next 5 years. 5 years to solve the dilemma that we are in right now. They don't get it. They will be 45 and 50 and 55 by the time we're through it. And maybe, just maybe, they will have taken some time to study the problems that North America and Europe and Asia, the world went through back in the 70s with hyperinflation, hyper interest rate rises, government deficits all over the place, corporations that couldn't borrow money from anywhere, that would go under or would merge with their competitor to try to find a way to survive. They've never been in this world. They're going to have to learn how this works, because they're in a world of denial, complete and utter denial. And their children, oh, it's worse. This is the other crazy thing. We forget, I'm guilty of this. I criticize 40-year-olds and 45-year-olds for being stupider than stupid. The 35-year-olds, they've never had a chance. And the recent graduates coming out of college now, you're a college graduate coming out of school. You think you're king poop. You are jack squat nothing. You are useless. You know how to drink. You know how to party. You know how to play sport bets. You know how to play video games. You don't know jack squat about the rest of the world. You don't. Maybe 5% of you have been brought up by parents who really put the boots to you to understand what the world is really like. But the children of the 35 to 45-year-olds are really clueless. And they have been so sheltered by these parents. They don't know what it's like to get dirt underneath the fingernail. They wouldn't know how to get dirt out from under a fingernail. They don't know there's a tool for that. No clue. They've never had a skin knee before. They've never played baseball in the backyard somewhere and gotten scuffed up. They have no idea. They don't know anything about rubbing dirt on it and making it better. They have no clue. This world in North America is so soft. We are such softies now. We are absolutely unprepared for tough times. We are completely unable to fathom it. The elders, of which I'm one, and older than me, because I tell you, when I was in my 20s, my elders looked at me and like I was soft. And they said, "You've been spoiled your whole life, you little brat, born in 1955 after the war. And by the time you were 10, it was 1965. And what was the number one thing on your mind? Oh, you wanted a Hot Wheels set because you were 10 in 1965. And in 1966, what did you watch on TV all the time? Batman on television. You wanted a Batmobile. I mean, you children have no clue what the real world was like 25 years ago, back in 1935, 45. Those ten glorious years. You have no idea. So I used to get accused of being a softie. Just think about two generations down the road, soft and soft and soft, softer yet. We are completely unprepared. And I'm just praying that the folks at the Fed who are 50, 60, 65 years of age, they're my age-ish. I'm hoping that these folks who were called soft when they were kids will be resolute enough to say to the bankers out there, the politicians out there, and all those TV pundits and all those pretty little faces on camera, who, the guys are wearing Armani suits and the women are dolled up like they're going out on a Hollywood premiere every day. It's unbelievable how much money they spend to look great because their producers make them do it. They're hired for their looks. They're not hired for their brains because their brains are useless. They're mush. They don't understand what we've come through as an economy and as countries over the last 50 years to understand what we're entering now. And it's amazing to me how many people are shocked at how China is acting and how Russia is acting and how other countries are acting in time of war. How these countries how could you pick the wrong side? How could you be on the side of the Russians? How could you be on the side of the Chinese? I mean, it's unbelievable. Never studied. They didn't even watch Quentin Tarantino's war movies. They're not even watching that. They are not paying attention to what's been going on. And some of these folks are leaders, and a number of these folks of this generation, this 35 to 50-year-old generation, these super softies, out of touch with reality people, are now leaders in politics. They are our mayors. They are our council members. They are our school board chairmen, trustees. They run our health systems. They are now in charge of Congress. They are now the next generation of people looking to take the Senate seats from those 80-year-old geriatrics as soon as they get carried out in body bags. They want those seats and those lifelong positions of power because they will never, ever leave. And their philosophy on the world is what I've told you already, clueless as to what ever happened in the past. don't listen to anyone because they feel I don't have to listen to anybody. I'm an elected official. I know what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. There are lasers being shot from outer space at babies. Oh, don't tell me I don't know what's going on. These are our leaders today. So kids, your old man here might be losing it himself. You never know. In plain English, there are people out there who really think that this market is going to go back to the way it was and everything's going to be just fine. This little 1 year glitch in the markets, this is just temporary. It's just a little thing. Everything will be back to normal and will be just fine. There's nothing to see here, nothing whatsoever. There you go. Well, we're up 49 on the Dow. We don't have a rip-roaring start to the day, but maybe it'll come in the first hour. What do you say? We're up 4 on S&P. We're up 3 on NASDAQ. The pattern seems to be continuing again this morning that we've had lately, and that is it seems that the morning looks pretty good until the morning isn't looking all that good, and there's no follow-through momentum on buying. What's that all about? It's the weirdest thing. When you don't have a lot of loose money lying around, which we've had for a decade, that loose money is gone. That loose money has evaporated into thin air. Quantitative tightening has been going on now for a year and will continue for quite some time. All over the place. It's happening in Canada, it's happening in Europe, it's happening in Asia, it's happening in North America and South America. Quantitative tightening continues unabated because Feds, the Federal Reserves of the world, have been printing money to encourage us to buy and consume and to borrow and to build. Germany was offering negative interest rates on 15-year mortgages, 20-year mortgages. Please borrow money from the government of your country through our state-sponsored banking system to redo your house, build a garage, put an extension on your home, gut the house you're in and rebuild it from the inside out with massive tax breaks, massive environmental tax breaks, to put in new insulation, to put solar panels on your house. We will give you negative interest rate loans. We will give you tax breaks left, right, and center. You will be able to finish a home in a modern style for the next 15, 20 years. It'll be the most fuel efficient and carbon neutral house you've ever seen. Please, gosh, help us out. We'll make it easy for you to do this. Those days are over. Those days have ended, and now it's you want a loan for a house? Well, yeah, it's now 3-4% interest rates. Those government programs are kind of over, although we have a few left here and there, but they're very restrictive as to what kind of tax breaks you can get. Things have changed. In North America, you want to get a house, you want to qualify for a mortgage. In Canada, you got to qualify now for like a 6.5% mortgage, even though you might get one for 4.5%. The mortgage, what's it called? The CMH, Canadian Mortgage and Housing Association, CMHC, whatever it's called. That's an insurance program like they have in the US for mortgages. In order for you to qualify for a mortgage with a 20% down payment, by the way, or 10%, you got to qualify for interest rates half as much higher than they are now. They want to know, can you handle a mortgage that's going to go up by 50% or not? Now, 2 years ago, this was laughable in Canada. People were going, this is stupid. Why are you making Canadians prove to a lender, mortgage issuer, that they can handle 4 or 5% interest rates? You can get a 5-year mortgage right now for 1.75%, 1.99, or all kinds of teaser rates at 0.99 out there. First year 0.99, and it's 1.49, and then it's 1.99, and you can get 5-year terms all over the place. Why should I have to be able to prove to my CMHC people that I can handle a 4.5% interest rate? That's stupid. That's what was being said here for 4 or 5 years. All of a sudden, it's not so stupid anymore because these 2% mortgages are being offered now 5%, 5.5%, 5.75% new renewals. Whoops! People are going. I didn't think that would happen that fast. I thought interest rates would just go up a quarter point every kind of month or quarter. Maybe interest rates go up a percentage a year, just like the experts a year ago were predicting. The experts a year ago that I talked about at the beginning of this rant, we're just going to have a slight increase in interest rates, a slight increase in inflation. All is well, and the markets will continue to thrive. That's where you want to put your money. All of a sudden, people are going, I just got a 5.5% renewal notice on my mortgage. I've never missed a payment. They went from 1.75 to 5.5. What did I do wrong? Nothing. You've done nothing wrong. You're actually a model client. This is the new normal. But by the way, a 5% mortgage historically is cheap. Did you know that? Did you know that a 5% mortgage in history's sake is actually not that expensive? Because over the decades, in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s and 2000, did you know that there were all those decades from back then to now? I bet you didn't know that the 1950s to today is like 70 years ago. Surprised. Again, people don't study history. They look at the 50s as rerun videos on TV. The 1950s were the Fonz. It's always good times. Grease, the movie Grease was the 50s and 60s, man. That's what it was all about. The hardship of those days are never discussed because that's Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't do that. 5% mortgage rates are not outrageous. They're kind of normal, and people can't handle normal. And that is what is the shock of our economic system. We're finding out that North Americans are unable to actually handle normal. They're shocked at what normal once was. They can't believe it, and they go to their parents if they're smart enough and their parents are with it. Go to their 70-year-old parents and say, "What was it like in 1974? Do you remember in '74, Dad, what it was like?" And Dad scratches his beard, his scruffy old face, and goes, "Yeah, I remember 1974. That was just after Munich disaster in '72, where all those athletes got murdered in Munich. What was that all about?" It's in the movie. You can watch a movie. Oh, interest rates went nuts, and I remember Uncle Joe, who died like 15 years ago. Uncle Joe was with the Postal Union. They went on strike for a 20% pay raise for 1 year. They were on strike for 2 months to get that. I remember that. Mortgages were crazy stupid. We don't know. We don't understand what the normal was, and we are unable to handle it today. With all the advances of 2022 and all the science and all the brilliance of mankind's inventiveness, we're not ready for it. So you in the market, okay, I got good news for you guys. Are you option writers? You want to be option writers? You want to continue to be option writers? You're going to do just fine. If you're going to write options in this market, you don't have to actually fear the upside. And then again, you can welcome the upside actually and say, yeah, sure, if the market wants to go up, that'll be great. We'll do rollovers on our contracts. Let the market go higher. I'm managing more asset value. Fabulous. The future coming up here, to shock a few of you, a number of corporations in the next 3 to 6 months to the next year are going to disappoint their shareholders with the returns that they're going to be generating. The fantasy land people out there are just convinced that Apple has no issues to worry about. There are so many people who have these devices that need to buy apps all the time. And they will roll over these phones into the new phones. There's nothing to worry about here. What they don't get is that Apple's margins, which were artificially inflated by loose money for the last 15 years, those days are gone. Apple now has to make money the old-fashioned way, and that is they have to use money to make money rather than just borrow money for nothing to make more money. They now have to do it the old hard way. Contractors have to make money the old-fashioned way, and that is you quote a job for an addition to a house and you deliver it on budget. Otherwise, you pay the difference. You can't just slough it off anymore. You can't just easily convince the homeowner, borrow another 10 grand on your line of credit and we'll make these slight adjustments to your addition and all will be well. They can't borrow another $10,000 on top of that addition. They're maxed out. The banker won't let them have any more. There's a new world coming in, and it's the old school world. It's called making money from this right up here, the stuff that's between the ears, with your wits and your street smarts. You can't just rely on a healthy economy and a zero interest rate world to make more money, and you can't reduce your overheads magically by getting an envelope in the mail that says, "Hey, here's a credit card from Chase Manhattan. You can transfer $20,000 in debt that you have with these other credit card companies. You can transfer all that over to us and we'll lend you that money for nothing." And you're sitting there with your pencil and your pen and you're going, "Honey, you know that right now we're paying $1,200 a month in minimum payments to all these credit cards. We can roll all these credit card debts into this credit card debt and have only a $500 a month minimum payment because there's no interest on the money for a year. We've just reduced our cost of living by $700 a month. Aren't we smart people?" And you went and did it. Many millions went ahead and did it. Those days are over. That free money is gone. Doesn't exist anymore. Now it's hard work and it's grinding it out. So option writers, oh, is it going to be good for you guys? The time factor is going to be your friend. Lack of upside surprises is going to be a big one. The odd dip here and there will come around, giving you guys option premiums and benefits like you can't believe. It's going to be good. Unfortunately, for those investors who buy and keep buying and they just put in $100 a month or $200 a month for their retirement, these are the folks who are going to be wondering, why do I keep putting this money into this fund? It used to get 8-10% returns, 6% returns back in the in 2011 and 12 and 13. There were good years there, but now I'm down 2 years in a row, and now I can't even beat inflation. Why am I putting this money in here? I'm not getting my upside. I'm trying to just hold my value. The value of my retirement was $163,000 2 years ago, and it's $140,000 now, and I'm putting in $200 every 2 weeks. It's not growing. What's with that? Those of you who write options, you've avoided that problem. You have circumvented that issue. You're bringing in more income than you can lose on the markets. You're bringing in more income from outside sources, from gamblers out there who are desperate to try to make a go of it, and you're adding to your retirement. And many of you have figured out, my God, Bruce, I can't believe it, but I think you're right. I'm going to be able to walk away from my day job. I'm going to make more money managing my own assets than working for somebody else. This is unbelievable. I'm going to still work for somebody, but I'm not going to work the way I've been working anymore. I'm now going to just work as a consultant. I'm going to work as maybe a part-time person. I'm going to be involved with company, whatever, on a project they're working on. But that's a 6-month project. At the end of that 6 months, that project is done. I'm done. And then I'll take a month or two off, manage my assets in the meantime with options. And I'll reassess myself in 6 months, whether I want to take on another project or not. This is a big year coming up for a lot of you folks, and I'm excited for you. But this is also a year of discovery for the markets and the economy and economists. And what the big discovery is going to be is oh my God, this is just like the 70s and the 80s, which we've forgotten about because, they wore bell-bottom pants and platform shoes, and they looked like John Travolta in what was that show? Welcome Back, Kotter. They talk jive talk and all that. Stupid. Yeah, those people were stupid. The world is just kind of like that, and filled with just as many stupid people today, but they talk in 2022 lingo. That's all. It's the only difference. Many people are going to be able to put these two things together. Age of discovery. This year is a huge age of discovery to realize, history does repeat itself. And the sooner you buy into it, the better off you're going to be to understand and handle what's coming our way, because 23, 24, and 2025 are going to be interesting to say the least. As if 2020, 2021, and 2022 weren't interesting. Oh, gosh. We got some stuff coming up. Unbelievable. Anyway, I'll try to be around for it. Time is the enemy for all of us. We get older, and sooner or later, we can't do what we do anymore. But I feel pretty good. We're doing okay here. Jennifer Jr. arrived yesterday, so we're really happy about that. Auntie Jen is about to go in for her procedure, and so we're all geared up for that, and we're all present and accounted for. And so we begin the next journey in our lives, and stick around and let's see how you guys do with your journey coming forward. We have today, Wednesday, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, and then we're shut down for the long weekend. Next week, 4-day week to start the new year. And let's see how the markets want to react and perform. Right now, the Dow's up 26 points. S&P up 1 point. The Nasdaq's down 4.5. We're going nowhere. We're down 68 cents on crude. Nothing much happening there either. So there you go. Welcome to the party, pal. It's 2022, and things are going to get interesting at the Nakatomi Tower. For sure. Nice to have you all here, and it's great to see you all hanging out with us this morning. Hopefully, we're going to see some interesting things go through. Thank you for these thumbs ups, by the way. Some of you have been kind enough to put the thumbs up meter to work already. I appreciate that. We now have, looks like 79 thumbs ups are already in the house. Oh, number 80 just came through. Let me know what number you are if you would like. We will attempt and hope and pray we can get anywhere near 200 thumbs ups today. We have 22 minutes to go before we start trading on the day. And let's see what's going on. There it is, 88 thumbs ups. There they come. They're coming in. Thank you, guys. 89, going for 100 real quick. Thank you all so very, very much. I've had a few of you folks reach out to me the last couple of days. In particular, some of you would like to have a one-on-one session with me at the end of the year, start of the new year. You've talked to family members about what you've been doing and what's going on, or you've had family members approach you and say, hey, listen, I understand that for the last year or so, you've done fairly well in the markets, considering, everybody I know at my office are getting hammered on the markets. A lot of people I know don't even invest anymore. They used to trade on the markets on these things. They've given up. They're all their hot stock promoters are all, can't find them anymore. They don't even exist on YouTube. I understand you're doing okay with this guy you're watching or something. You're doing some options, and some of you want to talk to me a little more, in depth with friends and relatives. I welcome that. If you want to have a one-on-one with me and bring in your a relative or a friend or whatever, more than welcome. More than happy to, I'll do my best to explain to whomever is coming in what's going on. Just give us a bit of time here. I'm trying to figure out my schedule going forward the next week to 2 weeks. And forgive me if I'm not being really specific with exactly my schedule going forward, because I don't know what it is. There's a lot of stuff in flux right now. So it's all to do with how Auntie Jen is doing. And so we'll do what we can as we can, and try to accommodate you. So if you haven't heard back from me, it's nothing personal. I'm not mad at you. We're really focused on one thing right now, and so we'll keep you posted. You may have noticed behind me, back here, there's something missing back there. There was a collapsible thingy there, a walker. It's not there anymore. Yes, that now is going to be utilized for someone's daily getting around the house needs very shortly. And so, like I said, things are definitely happening. So we'll keep you posted. But thank you for all of you for being here. Those of you who are members of this channel, you know I love you. I cannot thank you guys enough for being members of this channel, whether you're a Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member or a Gold Bagel member, one of these guys. Thank you all for supporting this channel. Keeps it on the air. It's the only reason it's still here. I do appreciate it. And those of you who've been taking classes and you've been learning all about option writing, I congratulate you. You are doing the right thing. There are 14 of them to enjoy. Number 15 coming soon, probably latter part of January if all goes well. Class number 15 is under construction. We'll talk to you about that later. Thank you for those of you who are checking out the classes, those of you who are doing one-on-ones. 6-on-1s, I'm thinking of a 6-on-1 again, but I need this week to come and go at the very least. So if we do another 6-on-1 or a couple more of those, it'll start next week sometime. We've got, this is a big week coming up here and we've got to get through that. So bear with us as we set things up. But thank you all for joining in. Those of you, like I said, who are members, thank you so much for being members of this channel. If you're not a member, please seriously consider becoming one. We'd love to have you join our family here. You get to use those incredible knee emojis from time to time. Well, whenever you want, but I mean, there are times where we have knee emoji attacks that overpower the market. Unless you know, you don't know. If you're just watching me for the first time, you're going, what's he talking about, knee emojis? It sounds like Monty Python, Knights of Knee, or something like that. It's exactly what it is. Yes, there are forces out there you have no idea that you're able to utilize to enhance the performance of your account. But you got to be a member to really understand it and really know. You may want to just blindly join and go, okay, I'm in. What are you guys all excited about over there? We'll keep you posted. Thank you all. We are now 17 minutes away from opening. I see Rocket Lab up 4 cents. I've got SoFi up about 2 cents at 4.40. The GameStop shares look to be up 9 at the moment, 18.29. AMC's under pressure again today. The common shares are 3.98. They're down, looks like 4.5 cents. And then the preferred shares are down 22 today. They're 169. So both of those issues are backing up. See how that goes. Matterport looks maybe a thousandth or a couple hundredths of a penny different. I can't even tell. It's slightly lower, but almost unchanged. 23andMe's up 4 cents. Spire's up almost 4, back to $1. ATIP, what happened last night? ATIP was trading at 22, 23 cents when all of a sudden in the latter part of the afternoon, it shot up to 30 cents a share. Stayed there. That was entertaining. I happen to notice after the fact. We'll see what's going on here. This should be interesting. Smart Rent, we're up 8 cents. Sextera looks like we're up about 3. Apple up a nickel. Goldman up 13 cents. Cisco up 4 cents. Tesla up $1.40. Arc Innovations down 4 cents. Microsoft up 3. Bed Bath Beyond is up 5 cents. Pfizer down 11. HPQ down 2 cents to 27.05. We got Carvana up, looks like 4 cents. And Google is down 7 at 87.87. Amazon down 11 right now. Very fractional moves. You can really see with these quotes, there is nothing going on. I mean, it is really quiet. We're up 47 on the Dow, up 3.75 on S&P, unchanged on NASDAQ. And so I don't know what to make of all this. Headline just coming across here a few minutes ago. It says here that Bankman-Fried borrowed $546 million from Alameda for Robinhood stake. So he bought a whole bunch of Robinhood stock, I guess, for $546 million, borrowed money. Interesting issues there, huh? It could affect the shares of Robinhood directly. That'll be somewhat entertaining to watch. I'll tell you, we haven't seen the fallout yet from all this crypto stuff. You've seen nothing yet. You've heard rumors. You hearing this. There are shoes that are going to drop, and I wonder about how many bets were placed in the derivatives market regarding crypto transactions that were interlinked with the market, this story I was just telling you about Robinhood. How many how many publicly traded companies shares were purchased using derivatives and all kinds of other shenanigan trading going on globally in the unregulated derivatives market, remember, with crypto as the main asset to back it up. The so-called never-ending rise of crypto values that was happening for a decade or so, everything was wonderful. Crypto would have a little glitch and then go higher, and a little glitch, but it would just go higher all the time. And people were told, if you don't put some of your money into crypto, you're crazy, because those who bought crypto 10 years ago were made 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 times their money by the time the height of the market rolled around. And of course, they kept on buying and kept on telling their friends to keep on buying. You never sell because there's never a high. Of course, it's never ending. Of course, the old pyramid, you never know where the top of the pyramid is until you get there. The problem is that you're climbing the pyramid, and there's 3 others climbing the pyramid on their side. You don't realize you're all about to come to the top, and there is nothing beyond the top except 4 of you, and now you have to fight to stay up there, and inevitably somebody falls down, more than one sometimes. We have not yet really truly been shown the nightmare of crypto and the rollover effect and the margin issues and the other connected. I mean, what's going to happen with this $500 million worth of Robinhood? Has this stuff been sold off already? Is it going to be sold off? Where is it held? Who has it? Who has access to it? Is a creditor going to be able to just dump it at a moment's notice? I have no idea. And is there more? Are there others? You think this guy didn't talk to people? I mean, hey, he talked to everybody. So how many other billions of dollars were out there leveraged up and who knows what that is about to be exposed as we, turn on the lights and go, ooh, look who's making out with who. Ew, I never thought that would happen. Those kids are going to be ugly. I don't know. I don't know what's going up with it's wild. It's wacky. Anyway, there you have it. Thank you all. Did I hear right that she's getting her procedure today, Auntie Jen? Best of luck. No, it's not today. You didn't hear right, but it's soon. It's very soon. Thank you all for popping in here. Nice to see you all. A lot of folks talking to each other, which is great. Thank you for these thumbs ups, everybody, helping out. Here we go. Matthew, I'm thinking of shorting Hood. Sam Bankman-Fried owns 440 million shares of Hood, half the float. I don't know if he owns it. I don't know. Maybe a banker owns it now. Maybe a receiver owns it. Maybe it's coming for sale. Maybe it's already been sold. I don't know. I have no idea. Flint Creek, hope to make my first $1 million this year. Need a small investment to get over the hump. Working on it. Way to go, Flint. Thank you all for popping through here. 116 thumbs ups. Oh, man, we've had a nice 30-plus surge, 35, 40 surge of thumbs ups in 10 minutes. Thank you all for getting us here to 117 now. Working our way now to 200 thumbs ups. We're over halfway. We're almost at 60% of the way there. I appreciate this. 10 minutes until the opening, and we're going for 200 thumbs ups again today. Getting 200 thumbs ups these days between Christmas and New Year's is a feat, because a lot of folks aren't here. Some folks just sort of shut down for a while and take some time off. So we'll see how this works out. 119 of them are here, and they're coming in. Thank you all for helping out, getting us towards that 200 thumbs up total. It is very much appreciated. Yesterday we got Jen into Eisenhower, and we had to get one more thing done before the surgery, and that was a CAT scan. And those of you who don't know what a CAT scan is, you lay down on sort of a table, and then they slide this table in on little wheels. You're inside this giant round thing, so looks like a giant donut, and it's basically an imaging machine. And you just lay there and don't move, and they they have the imager going around your body inside this round metal thing, and they're imaging your body in a 3D way. And in the case of Jennifer, they're imaging her hip, both hips. And in Canada right now, with the healthcare system under such duress up there with COVID and all the other stuff, your doctor wants to get you into a CAT scan. You're talking months, months of waiting. There's no charge to get a CAT scan for most Canadians because it's part of the healthcare system. It's just you got to get in line. There's just such a lineup, such a backlog, and you get told by your doctor, here's a form. This authorizes you to be able to get a CAT scan. Well, your doctor and every other doctor is handing these out like candy. You contact the CAT scan provider, which is another entity. It's not in your doctor's office, by the way. And you get home and you contact those guys. Usually it's a telephone thing, and then you know those telephone systems where press 4 if you want this, and press 5 if you want that. God help you. You get through that nightmare, and you now eventually get a hold of theoretically a human being, and you're told, well, we'll get you in 3 months, 4 months. We'll get you in for a CAT scan. Here, Jen was told, yeah, show up at the so-and-so building at 9:20 today. She got the call like 3 days ago. So 9:20 in the morning, show up there. If you can be a little earlier, would be even handier for us. Oh, okay. So I dropped her off and I said, look, I'm 8 minutes away at the condo, so I'll just head back here. Call me when you're done, because I'm thinking Canada. Figured it's going to be hours. And dropped her off and worked my way back here. By the time I got back here, I got a message, a text. I'm all done. Come and get me. Took her all of 15 minutes, 10 minutes to get her checked in and on the device. CAT scanned. All is fine. You're good to go. We'll see you in a few more days. And that was it. Unbelievable. And so her entire legs and hips and everything have been CAT scanned by the computer. The doctors now have a complete image of what they're working with here for her operation, and the incisions and the replacement and all that will be based right off the CAT scan to 1/1000th of a millimeter accuracy. Unbelievable. Just on that very day. Unbelievable. In Canada, you get the CAT scan done. They send the results back to your doctor. You never get to see them. Your doctor gets back to you in about 2 weeks. Oh yeah, we got your results. Come on in, we'll talk about it. You go in and talk about it, and then they refer you to a specialist. Guess your doctor doesn't do anything with a CAT scan. The family doctor, what are they going to do? They just have you come in, so they get paid by the system that you're in the system. You see, so they get paid every time you see them. And that helps their overheads. And so there's margins on the margins on the margins on healthcare. Whereas here in Eisenhower, it's all one big machine. It's all one big firm. Everything's done on site. Unbelievable. Anyway, so Jen is supposed to go in for her procedure in the morning when she gets called in. And that afternoon, she's released. You're all done. You can go home now with your brand new hip. What? This used to be a 5-day hospital stay thing. Then used to be at least 2 days. Now it's in the morning, out in the afternoon. You're done. You're good to go. Start walking. Make sure you take your meds. Ice it down and start exercising. Crazy. Just crazy. It is awesome stuff. Anyway, there you go. There it is. Fantastic stuff, everybody. Thank you all so much for I must have done something, because all of a sudden I just wasn't there anymore. Unbelievable. Anyway, thank you. Thank you all. Let's see what's going on here. We got 4 minutes to go before we start trading. Fantastic. Fantastic. Flint Creek invited to donate to Cornell Hotelier Conference for a second time. That's a massive honor. Lame Duck. Flint Creek, my aunt in Phoenix, loved the soap and coffee scrub I sent her for Christmas. JR, donate. Flint, product for swag bags. Flint, thank you, Lame. Flint Creek, we donated 10 grand of products. Lame Duck, everybody, Uncle Bruce, everyone loved the Rugman coffee mugs and t-shirts for Christmas this year. Flint last year got our logo in front of the same big wigs. It was a learning experience. JR, Flint Creek, do you get to attend? Looks like they're had a conference in some exotic places. Flint, it's always on campus. We got to attend, ate massive amounts of food and drink. Larry Titus, no signal. We're back. Oops, Beach Boy. What happened to him? Cindy 124. Paul's Uncle Bruce doing magic tricks this morning. Now you see me. Now you know. Splair, thank you so much for the black screen. Samuel, Alberta. Aviolus. Splair. And good morning, y'all. 3 minutes until we rock on here, and we are about to open. Getting ready to fire it up and see what this party is made of today. We're holding a 46 point gain on the Dow. Well, let's say it's 42 now. We're up 3 on S&P. We're up 4 on NASDAQ. We got nothing burger going on at the moment. Down 29 cents on oil. Very little happening there. Taking a peek at some of our favorite stocks in the pre-market. No change on Rocket Lab or SoFi. Up 14 on Gamestop. Matterport down 4. 23andMe up a couple of pennies. Spire looks like we're up 1 cent. I think we're down 2 cents on ATIP, but I don't know if there's any volume to that. Smart Rent up 8 cents. Cyxtera up 2.9. Apple down 50 cents. Goldman down 96. Cisco's off 3 cents. Tesla's up 117 to 110.21. Arc Innovation down 13. Microsoft up 15 cents. Bed Bath Beyond up 7 cents. Pfizer down 4. HPQ down 2 pennies. Carvana down 6. Alphabet down 46 cents. Amazon down 25. That's what we see happening here at the moment. What is going on? Let's see what happens. We open in 2 minutes, and we'll see what this market has in store for us, guys. Thank you one and all for joining in. We have 131 thumbs ups. I appreciate that. Welcome one and all to the party. 1834 on GameStop on 40,000 pre-market trading apparently, and we got not a lot to talk about here this morning in a big way. A couple little things here and there. A lot of people watching Tesla today to see how Tesla will perform once we get started. I'm showing it now 110.57 up 147 on the day. We'll see how the shares do. We might be near a bottom on Tesla, a little oversold, I would say now. We'll see how that plays out. Got the coffee going. We're opening up in a minute. Larry Titus is about to let it rip. Larry's taking aim right now. Number 130 says, Brian, might be a buyback day for me on GameStop, so we'll see what happens. JR, is Larry in the house? He's here. GameStop definitely at a low. Larry says, I'm here. I sure am. I'm ready. I'm ready to hit the bells, buddy. We're ready to fire this puppy up and get it going. All right. We'll find out what our market wants to throw at us to get things started here. Welcome all to the show this morning. And nice to have you here with us. Here it is, 6:30. There it is. It's official, baby. We're trading. Everybody watching their quotes right now. So them's the bell, says JR. Bama, babe. Thank you, Larry, for hitting the bells for us. And we can start trading and follow our favorites. See what's going on. We got early trades starting to show up right now. Let's see what gives. Showing the Dow up, I think 31, but we'll give that a minute or two to settle in. Touch grass saying, and they're rough. That's right, they're rough and pacing. I think the Dow looks to be ahead about 40 odd points right now. Yep, looks like about 40. GameStop is $18.30 a share, down. It's up a dime at the moment. Now $18.22, virtually unchanged. Let's see if we can get that refreshed over there. There we go. And we've got Moderna at 179.33. Little pullback here from yesterday. ATIP, I do not know yet if we have any trading on ATIP. I seem to think it looks like a couple thousand have gone through at 30 again. I'm not sure. Tesla's 109 down a dime. GameStop now 18.16 down 4 cents. We've got the Dow up 43, the Nasdaq, the S&P's down 6, Nasdaq down 8. Early first thing in the morning trades. All right. SoFi down 2 pennies, 4.37. Apple down 48 cents. HBQ is off 6. Google down 12, 87.81 a share. Amazon is off 88 cents. Home Depot is unchanged. Cisco's unchanged. Netflix down 2.96. Pfizer unchanged. IBM up 4 cents. So very early. See what's going on. Beach Boy, I bought back GameStop 125s for a cool $12,000 gain. That includes my rollover. Yesterday I did this. Now I can write again. So surge or buy back the March 122s, 123s. Ho. Well, way to go there, Beach Boy. This is what it's all about. Well, let's see how the market wants to react. 18.40 on GameStop. We're up 20 cents. If it wants to give us a little pop here, Beach Boy has an opportunity to write new contracts, perhaps. Might be a way to go. We'll see how this wants to play itself out. The Apple shares are down 20 at 129.23. Google's are up 20 cents now, 88.13. The Dow's up 43 points as we begin to trade for Wednesday, December the 28th, 2023. Welcome one, welcome all. Let the stock tell you the direction it wants to go and go with it. That's the best part about option writing. You don't have to guess. You let the stock tell you what to do. We're up almost 70 now on the Dow. 70 it is. Up 7.5 on S&P. Nasdaq up 13 points. There we are, 18.47 on GameStop. We're up 27 cents on the morning. At this point, Moderna now 181, up $1. ATIP 31 cents. We're trading 3,200 shares. We're at 31 cents on ATIP, up a penny. Interesting, go. my advice for ATIP stock is go a lot higher. That's my advice to that stock. We'll just see what happens here. I know it's oversold. Been oversold for weeks. Is it going to do something here? Up a penny. Tesla 112.49, up 3.39. SoFi 441.5, up 2.5 cents. The Apple now 130. We're up 4 cents on Apple. We're over $130 again. All right. Let's see what else is going on here. 23andMe is at 212, up 6 cents. Rocket Lab is up 12 cents to 368. We got Matterport up 9.2 to back to $2.50. Smart Rent at 210, up a half a penny. Aspire is at 96.1 right now, down. It looks like 4.9 cents, but this might be yesterday's closing quote, so we're not sure if that's actually accurate yet. Cyxtera 161, up 4. So we'll see what's going on. JR Beach Boy, well done, buddy. Nice going. 18.59 on GameStop now, up 39 cents. The Dow up 82 points, a little stronger, up 1/4 point on the Dow. 40-point gain on NASDAQ, almost 0.4 of a percentage point. So there you have it. And there you go, Splair. My connection is back. By the way, VIX is lower than yesterday at the same time. 95-point gain on the Dow Jones. GameStop 18.57, up 37 cents. ATIP at 31. Tesla 113.29, up $4. A little improvement there, a little bit. Up 2.5 on SoFi. Apple now $130.62. So we have an upward bias just coming in here to start the morning. For the most part, not a problem whatsoever for option writers. We don't mind. We do not mind at all. The Dow now 117 points to the upside. That's what's going on over there. Let's see here. Let's grab this 1859 on GameStop. The U.S. Treasury is at 3.83%. Looks like it's a tad higher. Was a tad lower this morning. The euro is at 106 now, 106.6. And the pound, 121. The old pound British pound has really improved in the last few months. After the final juggling of the Prime Minister's office, things are calm over there, somewhat calm. And the pound has stabilized from this 109, 112 neighborhood, now at 121 to the US dollar. So that's kind of more normal looking. We'll hope for that to continue. The Dow up 126 now. S&P up 17 points. The NASDAQ up 60. The NASDAQ is now up almost 0.6 of a percentage point, 0.6 of a point coming on. The VIX is 0.03 higher, just a titch more. Oil down a nickel. Not much going on there. And we'll watch that. All right. Thank you all. Dude, Uncle Bruce, the GameStop June 1620s has already come off $1 of premium. I wrote this on Friday. Most of my contracts are down $1 or more since yesterday. Should we be rolling over? No, I don't think you do anything. I think you sit back, cross your arms, enjoy this 4-day week, enjoy the long weekend, and another 4-day week next week, and watch your calls get lower again. Not a surprise to see this happening. And let's just see how the stock performs. 1867 now, up 47 cents. Nice to see it a little higher here. Could GameStop reach 19.5 today? 20? Sure, could. Question is, will it hold it? Can it do it? I don't know. Flint Creek, ATIP is up a penny. What is going on with ATIP? I see 5,300 traded, and at 31 cents, up a penny. I have no news, but I like it when it goes up. I'd like it to go up more than a penny, though. So yeah, please don't stop now. Splair, could it be that the market's trying to get back into the green? I believe part of what we're witnessing here is what we've been waiting for now for a while, and that is the ending of this tax loss selling pressure. It's almost over. There's no need now. Those who wanted to take their tax losses did that. And so there's no continual supply of stock anymore from that group of investors. They're done. They're finished. So artificial selling, which is what that is not real day-to-day trading. That is artificial, one-off, tax purpose selling only. Seems to be ending. Not completely done, but awful close. And so for some stocks who've been beaten up pretty good, they're beginning to pop a bit. So the first 5-10% rebound would be no problem, no issues. It's the secondary wave, and that is next week. So let's see what happens here. Beach Boy, Flint, penny for your thoughts on ATIP. Over 1 million traded yesterday, says Flint Creek. True. Pulse Guitar, dude, same. I've got two $20 GameStop Junes. Going to hold them and let them kick these contracts in the let them depreciate. Well, they're nicely they're out of the money at the moment, and 1841 is where we're at here. So it's not a straight up shot, and it's not like GameStop is trading gazillions of shares. 250,000 is all we've had go through here. So I see GameStop inching better, but not surging better, but inching. Could it be a week or two of consolidation? Yeah, maybe. Maybe we get back to 21 and a half. Maybe. But then again, maybe not. Time will knock off contracts on GameStop, though. That's definitely going to happen. Well, we'll see. Inside buying on ATIP, question mark. DQ 143 is the thumbs up meter. Thank you, DQ, for that. 57 to go to hit 200. Thank you, everyone, so much. 144 now are in the house. Appreciate this. We need some more thumbs up, so we're going to get to 200. Thank you. The Dow up 102, got up to 130 there. See how it handles this. We're up 15 on S&P. We're up 45 on NASDAQ. We're down 24 cents on oil today. Beach Boy, DQ has shown up, and that's official. DQ is here. Well, we'll find out. Moderna back to 177. It got up to 181-ish for a bit, but it's back to 177. I know a guy who wrote 180 contracts on Moderna. Took a huge premium off the table when he did that. And the shares went up on him, but he didn't flinch. And now he's sitting here going, and my calls are out of the money. Yes, indeed they are. And now we'll see just how these shares manage going forward, and those contracts, how they manage going forward too. Volume yesterday was low compared to the rest of the market on GameStop and compared to its average. Interesting. ATIP sitting at 30 cents right at the moment. The high today, 31. Volume of 19,600 shares. Interesting on ATIP. Tesla 115.41. We're up 6.31 on Tesla. A little improvement there. SoFi 4.38 a share, down 1 penny. Apple is up 82 cents to 130.84. HPQ is up 13 cents. Google's up 22 to 88.15. We got Amazon up a quarter, 83.29. HD Home Depot up 132. Cisco's up 15 cents. Netflix at 282, down 217. Pfizer is up 8 cents to 51.20. IBM 142.5, up 8 pennies. Microsoft up 148 to 238.44 on Microsoft. Vanik Vector's up 99 cents at $200, 80 odd cents. Adobe $335.78. Looks like we're up about 70 cents. Goldman Sachs up 42 cents. Boeing up 61 at $190. Meta Platforms up 38 cents. ME 23andMe up 4 cents. Rocket Lab up 11. Matterport up a dime. SmartRent up 16. Spire is up 3.7 cents at 99.8. And Sixtair is up 4.5 cents. All of the former SPACs are green, except for SoFi, I guess, right? Was SoFi still below? Actually, down a penny on SoFi, but everything else is green on our former SPACs. GameStop 1843 right now. Very, very interesting. Splair, oh yes, after my day trade money went into Matterport, SoFi, Rocket Lab for a little while. I was so bored I fell asleep. Hopefully today I'm fueled up for prime time. Hang in there, Splair. I know it's late for you, very late for you to hang out with us, being that you're in Dortmund, Germany. You hang in there, pal. And it's great to have you along for the ride. 110-point gain on the Dow, 15 on S&P, NASDAQ up 43, oil down 45 cents, 35 cents a barrel. And we're just coming through the year end here. The year-end tax loss selling possibly could sort of be over. And that takes paper off the street. Lack of offers. So now we'll see what happens as the session moves on. If stocks begin to up move a bit, that could bring in more buying, because now greed gets in. People go, oh, I got to get in on this because the selling is over. The tax loss is over. I got to get in on these bargoons. These truly are the bargoons here. They won't last long, because the minute we stop selling, there's a 5-10% pop in the stocks quite easily. And that begins the beginning of a move. We'll see here. Tesla's 114 a share, by the way, up 485 or so. SoFi 437, down a couple of pennies. We're still holding green on most of these other issues. Back over here to our former SPACs. ME is at 210, up 4.5. Rocket Lab up 11 to 367. Matterport at $2.50. Looks like we're up about 9.5 cents. SmartRent now is up 20 cents at $2.25 on SmartRent. Spire at 99.5, up 3.4 on 12,000 shares. So that seems to be running out of stock as well, perhaps. Sixtair up 161 up 4.5 cents for Cyxtera. The all-time low, 153, set not too long ago. The all-time low, Inspire, 95.5. That must have been yesterday. Smart Rent all-time low, 203. That was set this morning at the opening. We're now 225, up 20 cents from that first trade. Matterport at 250, the low of all time. First thing this morning, 238 was the absolute all-time low on Matterport. We're now up 9.5 on the session at 250 after a 12-cent bounce back from the low of all time. Rocket Lab, the low of all time, 352. First thing this morning's opening, we're now at 366.5, up 10.5 on 447,000. There's buying coming in on Rocket Lab. ME, all-time low, 204. Not this morning, must have been yesterday. We're at 211 now, up a nickel on 195,000 shares. Maybe ME has hit its bottom here. I don't know. Can't guarantee it. We'll just follow it, do the best we can. Lots to watch. We're up 83 on the Dow Jones, make it 88. Gamestop at 1833. Moderna 178.58. ATIP at 30 cents on the nose. Tesla 115.01, up 5.91 this morning. A little bounce up on Tesla. Is it a dead cat bounce on Tesla? Is it just a quick little intraday thing? Is it the possibility that with Tesla having dropped so far in the last 2 weeks, that new unplanned tax loss selling came in to add to the downward dip? The problem for those who were thinking, well, at 170, I'll hang around. But when it got to 140 and 130 and 125, they thought, hey, I got to do a tax loss. The problem these folks might end up with is they may not get a chance in the next 30 plus days to buy back their stock at these levels. They may have sold here at 110, 112, 115, and they've locked in a tax loss, or, they booked one. Now they got to stay out of this stock for 30 plus days. What if Tesla rebounds to 140, 160 and kind of hangs around there for a while? These folks are off $40 a share. They got the loss, but they're buying back at a much higher price. This is interesting. And again, you take away the artificial reason for the sell, tax loss, margin calls, whatever the reasoning is, the stock quickly bounces off a low, and I can see a $10, $15, $20 rebound without an issue. 130, 140 would not be a big deal for Tesla to bounce back to. And that, for option writers, something to think about. Those of you who have written calls, you may be buying them back this morning and getting flat. And you may just want to let a little rebound happen here over the next week or so, if you can afford to do so, and take a look at maybe writing 120s or 130s or 140s or 145s or 150s next week. Those of you who need to do a write, you've bought back calls, but you have to write right away to bring in income. You may want to now look at writing higher priced calls, not down here. You don't want to write 110s, 120s. You may want to write 130s, 140s. Go out a bit. You probably get a nice premium anyway, but move ahead of this market a good 10, 15%, just to give you that bounce back comfort level. Okay. We'll see how this goes. All right. 115.58 on Tesla, up 6.48 this morning. ATIP now at 30.5 cents a share. The high 31, the low 30, 31.5 last trade on 20,000. Something's going on ATIP. It's kind of like whoever was selling it to hold it down is not selling it anymore. And there may be a few buyers kind of piling in here at 29 and 30, hoping to get some stock, and it's not coming their way. Maybe
it's time. Maybe it's time.
Maybe it's time. Jen is here, and it's time. If she says it's time,
well,
don't mess with Jen.
Do you know what happened?
What?
It rained.
It rained here.
The patio is wet.
The patio is wet. Oh my God. The patio
We're
is
not
wet.
talking flooding like they have in other parts
No.
of North America.
But
Yeah.
the dust layer is covered with a rain layer.
Yesterday, I saw the picture of the person who had opened their garage door, and they had a snow wall
In Buffalo.
the size of the garage door.
The garage door opened, but they saw nothing except snow.
Yeah.
All 10 feet high.
It's like, okay.
There's just snow
I'm
in
going to
there.
take a picture, and I'm just going to lower the door.
I'm going to close the door again.
Yeah.
Leave the door closed because
Leave the
this
door
stuff could
closed.
come in. We don't want that.
Oh, yeah.
No kidding.
Oh, God. Poor Buffalo.
Oh.
Just slammed.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Karen says it's another arms crossed kind of day for my GameStop and
Oh.
HBQ options. No buyback yet. Splair, I think maybe it was just much sugar from Christmas still, but the volume yesterday was not the best as well. Miraculous.
The volume's going to be low this
Thumbs
week.
up 151. Thank you, Miraculous. Christina, Uncle Bruce, I'd like to know if you've been following the BRICS currency and what this will mean for us. Should we go long on gold? I have not followed it. I don't follow it.
You're not a commodities guy.
Not a
Never
commodity
have been.
guy. I don't believe in the gold trade. Nope, not at all. No, I believe in cash, and I believe that cash is being trimmed back by quantitative tightening. And dollars are going to be harder to come by than gold. Gold is always available. You can always mine
We
it.
dig it out of the ground.
We just dig it out of the ground.
And maybe that's why, because we dig it out of the ground in Alberta.
Yeah.
Like you can always dig it out of the ground.
Yeah.
One of the guys I went to university with actually panhandled during the summer. Like took a pan.
In the Yukon?
Yeah.
Alaska? Yeah.
Went up. He was still in Alberta.
Alberta.
And
Panhandle.
panned and made enough gold to live for the year.
Yeah.
Like a guy, just a guy.
The thing about gold that doesn't excite me is that the price of gold, inflation adjusted lately, hasn't done much. But if it went to 4,000 an ounce, you'd find that double the amount of gold would be available globally instantaneously. And if it went to 8,000 an ounce, double again the amount of gold would be available for anyone to want to buy. There is no shortage of this stuff. We never get rid of it. We never throw it away.
You're not talking about diamonds, are you?
Diamonds? No.
I've always thought that was just wonderful.
There's no shortage of diamonds.
And now we make them.
Yeah, well, now we make them artificially. There's no shortage of this.
Shortage of diamonds.
No, I don't believe in it. Larry Titus, good morning, Jennifer. John Anderson, good morning, Jen.
Good morning, John.
D.H. Ruda, number 155. Beach Boy, Jen, how's your cat?
My cat was lovely yesterday.
Careful, knit doesn't bounce.
My cat. Well, I'm assuming my CAT scan.
I guess I'm not sure what Beach Boy's talking about there, but all went well.
I got to tell you, these people.
Oh, I told him.
God bless free enterprise.
I told him this. Yeah, I mentioned it.
Competition is good for you.
Oh my gosh, unbelievable.
They're just so bad. Did you tell them the excitement you had yesterday?
No, I didn't go into that story.
I have to save that for a slower day.
A slower time. I'll go into that because it's a nothing burger story when it's all said and done.
It was exciting.
Mirko, hey, Uncle Bruce, I bought back a bunch of GameStop February 17, 2375s at 134. Sold them at 404, by the way. I bought them at 134. I'm writing a 20 for March or April now.
Great.
Right on. Writing one. Way to go, Mirko.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I was listening to one of the many year-end in reviews.
Oh, here we go.
About how, nobody made money on the market this year. That it's just a tightening of your belt.
Yeah, nobody made money in the market.
The people in the back row have their arms out.
Uncle Bruce, we made money. Hello. Can you see me?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Nobody made money in the market.
It just makes me grin.
I just laugh. I chortle at that about, nobody made money in the market. Yeah.
First of all, they don't really teach the stock market in school, which I think they should.
No kidding.
They should. I think kids need to learn how retail works.
Yes.
And part of that is stocks and bonds are retail.
Yes.
And so are commodities. But they really don't teach you options because it's
good.
Where else can you buy and sell something you don't own.
No, please. And let's be fair. Who would teach your kids about the stock market? The teachers in the school systems? Do they know about the stock market?
No.
I mean, JR is a substitute teacher, great guy. He knows the market. But I'll bet you even JR would have to admit. Can you rattle off? Do you think that 10% of the teachers that you've known all your life would be capable of explaining the stock markets to students? I mean,
I think they'd be capable of explaining it. They would just need a book that shows them what to say. But we personally know a 16-year-old lad who understands the workings of the market.
Oh, we do. we do happen to know a young golfer who is is aspiring to become a professional golfer, who's very aware of how the market is working and is educating fellow golfers, some of whom are in their senior years, just exactly how things are going. It is interesting, isn't it? Bobby, monster USB cables are a source of gold in the trash. If you want to go digging, Bobby, not sure if they still use gold in the product. It was a 90s thing.
What is it that's in the catalytic converters that they were stealing?
Platinum. Fool of a took. I'm number 157, Bruce, on your thumbs up meter. You were going for 200 here. Flint Creek couldn't pay me to live in Buffalo. Couldn't pay me.
Oh, I know.
Beach Boy. Good one, Marco. Bobby, heaps of gold. Heaps of gold. Splayer, I would repeat school if Bruce started teaching there. JR, I keep hearing about gold being a hedge against inflation. Actually, it seems the price fluctuates like every other asset. Exactly.
Absolutely.
JR, good morning, AJ. Bobby, it is because gold never goes down, just like the housing market. Laugh out loud. Christina, I think I didn't say what I was trying to refer to. Okay, the fact that these countries are teaming up and will back their currency by gold. What does that mean for us? We're backed by debt. No. Now they talk the talk, but they can't walk the walk. There is not enough gold for the currency reserves because gold is a fashion thing, as well as gold bars or gold bars.
And it's more each country's economy, their vitality,
GDPs,
GDP, their overall, that lovely Venn chart that we have that shows how everything works. I think it's that makes people want to invest in the country more than what they have in reserve.
That's right.
What backs up their currency.
That's right. Yeah. Kent is giving us a thumbs up.
There you go.
I got this young guy who
I get this smarty guy
really understands the market. Indeed. Brian, holding GameStop and selling covered calls is your hedge against everything. There you go. Full of a took. No one I work with that I know of knows anything about options. No. I've stopped contributing to the optional teacher's retirement and put that same money towards building my account. Now that's money. There you go. Now that money grows instead of shrinks. Laugh out loud. There you go. Sean and Wendy, God's amazing. Good morning. All number 158, Bruce. You are coming into 200 thumbs ups. We see now 162 are in, 38 more to go, and we've got 200 thumbs ups.
Those teachers' pensions are huge.
Massive.
In Canada, they're huge. Massive. They own so much real estate.
Yeah, the Ontario Teachers Pension Fund, I think, is the second largest pension fund in Canada behind the Government of Canada Pension Fund on behalf of the citizens of Canada. Yes, it's huge. And it has been involved in shopping malls, real estate ventures, skyscrapers, you name it. I mean, the Ontario Teachers Pension Fund is in thousands of different investments. Thousands.
And every province. The BC one's huge.
Every province's teachers, firefighters, police services, public servants. Pensions are a big deal in Canada.
Yeah.
The Canadian pension system is one of the world's most dynamic, well-funded, and very diversified. And the Government of Canada began about 20 years ago to divest itself away from just holding Government of Canada bonds. And now the Government of Canada Pension Fund invests in everything.
So they looked around and said, we can do it way better.
We can do a whole lot better than just holding Government of Canada debt,
So have you thought about your bagel this morning?
Yeah, cheese
I knew
slices.
you were going to say.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can do that.
That's the way to go today. Yeah. So
Sesame seeds under the cheese.
however you want to handle it.
It's always a trick of whether I remember the seeds.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Fantastic. GameStop down 29 cents, 17.91. Moderna down 159 to 178.58. ATIP holding at 30. Tesla 113.96, up 486 today. SoFi down 6 cents. Apple up 17. J-Boy, good morning, all. I'm number 162, Bruce. Building a Lego set with my son and watching my contract shrink. This is the life. There you go. Bobby, have we talked about GameStop fear below $15 a share? That's my 1250 leap roll down limit is what Bobby's worrying about. I haven't really talked about it yet. JR, in California, it's the teachers' retirement fund that won't let the government borrow it. In fact, we passed a ballot referendum requiring that the government pay back any borrowed funds borrowed during emergencies. Interesting. JR, we be smart that way. Alberto, Uncle, I almost forgot our number one rule. Patience. I almost bought back in the red. My Tesla's 120s, 125s, and 15s had me sweating. Not really. Zach, 166. Good morning, everybody. Bruce, you are pushing this number here. 169 now. 31 away from 200 thumbs ups. They are coming in. You guys are awesome, just like a machine. They just keep rolling. It's fantastic. Bobby, my son got a Lego set that's a Nike shoe. He built it last night. Looks like Lego. looks good, Lego. Looks good. Very interesting. We're holding a 60-point gain on the Dow. We're up 11 on S&P, and we're up 41 on NASDAQ. Slight gains, nothing serious. GameStop back to 1802 now. Down 18 cents. The range on GameStop today looks like the low is $17.79. The high $18.70, and right now $17.99 is where we're at the moment. 1802 I see as well. So a little jumping up. Bolton coming out here. U.S. pending home sales declined in November. Again, there you go. No surprise. It should come as no surprise to those of you out there to see that headline coming across the wires. 4% drop. 4% home sales drop in November. 4%. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, 1802 on GameStop down 18 cents. ATIP is at 30 cents a share again. This is the low of the day. 30 to 31 is the range. 72,200 traded today on ATIP. Tesla 114.15 up 505. SoFi down 8. Apple's up 13 cents. HBQ up 13 cents. Google unchanged. Amazon up 21. Home Depot up 51 cents. On 23andMe, 214.5 up 8.5 cents. Rocket Lab $3.64 up 8. Matterport 250.5 up 9.5 cents. SmartRent is up 15.5 at 220. Spire is still showing a slight gain at 96.6, and Sextera is up a nickel at 162. Some of these stocks hit all-time lows today. I think 3 or 4 of these hit all-time low trades. So your window to get bargains on some of these former SPACs have arrived. These are the lows of all time for some within 10, 15 cents here. So there's some opportunities here to scoop some of this stuff up. Maybe you have some loose cash lying around, pick up some of these shares, average yourself a little lower, and say, thank you, sir. May I have another? Because today is the 28th of December. It's Wednesday. We trade Thursday and Friday, and that's it for the year. And next week, Tuesday, 2023, the new year begins, and I have a suspicion a couple things are going to happen. Number one, it's already happening now, and that is that tax loss selling season is drying up. And the second thing that's happening, those who sold a month ago are now able to buy back. And as each day goes by now, into next week. Those who sold at the end of November and the first week of December for tax loss selling are eligible to buy back their stock under the wash rule. And I have a suspicion that the first 2 to 3 weeks of January could be quite a bit of momentum buying on the wash trade rule coming into effect, where people can now get back in. And that will be interesting to see how some of these stocks react, because some of them are incredibly oversold by a mile. Should be interesting. All right. What else have we got? DQ says, I was at the eye doctor this morning, got dilated. The markets are all blurry. I think it's an arm folding day, eyes closed kind of a day. I think so, DQ. You may want to just listen to the sound of my voice and keep track of what's going on that way. We're up 36 on the Dow. We were up 130 for a bit today, but we're up 9 on S&P. We're up 37 on NASDAQ. It's a quiet one so far. Gamestop recovering again, 1802, 1804, down 16 cents. David Scott says, hey, Uncle Bruce, I wrote March 2023 GameStop 21s. I wrote them this past Thursday for 305. With this drop and seeing fast appreciation, would you buy back and reposition after just a week or continue to fold your arms? Well, it depends on how you've done. Let's take a look here. This, if I get my big ass iPad to cooperate here with me. Let's take a look at these quotes. Here we go. March $21 contracts is what you wrote. Those are now showing 251 to 260 on my big ass iPad, which is 10 minutes delayed. It's just marketwatch.com here. And so you're ahead, but not enough to get excited about. I would do nothing, really. Just do nothing at this point. Let the shares meander along. We may be near the bottom here, $17.93 to $18 range. You have obviously coverage now to 21 before you're in the money. You wrote for 305, which means you're covered up to $24 a share. You got lots of room here. But there's no need to hurry up and do a roll or anything like that. So just continue to fold your arms and let this long weekend come and go. The short week next week, let it come and go. And let's take a look into the second week of January and see what's going on. Unless the shares go to 15.25 or something. I mean, they take a sudden drop in the next few days. Yeah, then these come into you at $1.30, $1.40. Great, you'll buy them back. But other than that, let's just see what time does and go from there. Elisa, good morning, Uncle Bruce. I have 9 poor man covered calls on GameStop. These are April 23s. I can buy back today with a $1,200 profit, and I can buy another poor man covered call, a deep in the money call. Should I wait a little longer, or a buyback and buy another poor man? What do you think I should do? So April 23rd. Again, I don't know which contracts these are, so you're leaving me in the dark there. So I don't know, but I get the general drift that you're ahead of the curve there. Being that they are April calls. I don't know what the price is on these. The hope I have is that you are down nicely. Obviously today, some of these are off anywhere from 70 cents to $1 a piece. Some of these contracts, as we have the slump in the price. I don't know what those are. If those are 27 and a halves to 30s, if you're way up there, then yes, I would say you could easily buy those back and maybe write March contracts closer in price, come in 30 days, come closer to the market. But if you're sitting on 23s, 22 and a halves, 25s, no urgent move needed here of any significance. 2250s are 248 bid right now. Again, I don't know which ones you have. And if you were to write $20 calls for March, you'd haul in about 284. So, you'd lock in that profit, roll into lower strike closer in time. Can you then move into another deep in the money call great. Otherwise, sit tight and enjoy the shrinkage a little more. And time shrinkage is definitely something you're now going to enjoy quite nicely. So it's not a yes or no answer because again I'm not exactly sure. 2250. See, I guessed right. 22 and a halves you wrote. Nicely done. Where are we here? Yeah, they're sitting right now at there we are, 248 to 297. What a bid ask. It's like as wide as a Mack truck. Yeah, I mean, you could play this game. You could play this little feature. You could put in a buy order to buy those 9 calls back on a stink bid. Maybe a 201 stink bid. Like the stock really would have to dip today. Another 50, 60 cents because it's only at $17.99. Shares have to break 17 for you to get those calls that cheap. But if you got them at 201, that would improve your margin on this trade nicely. And then you could take a look at the possibility of writing a March contract closer in and get your hands on another deep in the money call. But at the moment, there is no urgency here. Okay. DQ says, I can't wait for the sound of roasted sesame seeds crunching under cheddar cheese. Since I have limited vision today, I have to listen to the sound of Bruce chomping on those bagels. Man, I can't wait, says DQ. Dude, I've been buying those SPACs. I hit the 100 mark on a number of SPACs that I've been slowly nibbling at. And I'm up to 700 shares of SoFi and 600 ME, 6,900 ATIP. The rest I'm all in the 3 to 100 range. Right on. ATIP, 30.1 cents last trade, 30.1. 75,700 on the ATIP. I just get the impression there are buyers at 30.1, kind of lining up, trying to get stock, and very few are getting hit because there's very little coming in. It's interesting. We're now up 12 on the Dow. Nothing much at this point after being up 130 today. Hey there, Jen. There you go. DQ was just saying that he'd been to the eye doctor today, and he had his pupils dilated. So he's just closing his eyes, listening to the sound of my voice, for what's going on in the market. And he was just saying here, I can't wait for the sound of roasted sesame seeds crunching under the cheddar cheese.
There you go.
I mean, it's just
get ready. Here it comes.
Get ready. Oh yeah, it's so nice. David Scott, I like it this low because the $5 2025 deep in the money calls look great. Lisa, those are the 2250s. Got it. Yeah, we were on top of that. Well, there you go.
Enjoy.
Well, thank you, Auntie Jen, so much.
Go Rugman.
Go Rugman. Have a great morning. Here we are. Yes, we have the melted cheddar cheese slice on the plain bagel from Costco, buttered and coated in roasted sesame seeds with the slab of cheese on the top, melted in the microwave. Yeah, nice. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Welcome everybody to the show today. Bobby Atkinson is saying, I'm kicking stones on April 25 and 26.25s. It just doesn't want to drop into the $100 range. It's been holding out the 2 to 220 range the last 2 weeks. Ugh. Mando, I'm number 178, Bruce, on your thumbs up meter. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Mando, number 5. Bobby, I'm at home this week. I can watch these bagel chews in 4K on the big TV. Oh, man. DQ, yeah, there it is. I can hear it. Zach, DQ, you can almost feel it when you close your eyes. Mr. Premium of the option, GME stinker hit. January 27.50 strike. I sold them for $4.90. Just bought them back for 31 cents. Nice. Who cares? Says, I can't hear the sesame seed crunch. Can you get close to the microphone, please? Would you help us out? I don't think I want to do that. I have a number of viewers who beg me not to do that. 1761 on GameStop. We're off 59 cents. 1756 down 64 cents. Oh, nice. IR Aaron. I'm checking in from Rome this week. Just arrived a couple of hours ago. Welcome from Roma in Italia. That is awesome sauce. DQ, I'm going to see if I can find roasted sesame seeds at the store. The Asia section. The Asian section where they have all those sauces and stuff. They should have roasted sesame seeds available. JR, Mr. Premium of the option. Nice. Nice. Oh, IR Aaron, I hope you're enjoying Rome and hope you're going to have a great trip over there. That sounds awesome stuff. We're up 49 on the Dow, by the way. Mm-hmm. Oh, lovely. Mm. Very nice. You can put these on regular toast for added flavor. Mm. Mm. Cheers. Wonderful. Wonderful. Asian section. Got it. Yeah, got it. Okay. Brian, it's February 17, 2023. The strike of 22.50. I sold for 410. Current bid 136 and 142. Everyone think I should buy back or let time depreciate at least another week. What should I do? So these are February 17 contracts. 22.50s. They're out of the money now by $5. You could theoretically buy those back, on a stink bid, maybe 130, 132, something like that, whatever. And then try and write maybe March or April's in that in that 21 range, coming just a little lower in price, coming a little closer to this market. Maybe even 20s, defy these guys and write 20s that will bring you a premium. The April 20s were 330 to 365 a while ago. The March 20s were showing 279 to 285. So I'd be looking at April's, giving you lots of time in case any violent moves take place. But also bringing in, can you bring in 364? Buying back at 130, selling at 360. That's a $2.30 contract move. That's $230. Nice. Nothing wrong with that. Zach, Uncle Bruce, I missed the morning rant today. I missed it. And I will definitely watch the replay. I promise you. Did you happen to mention anything as to why GameStop is going so low, or the weird pop that ATIP did yesterday? I mentioned ATIP. I mentioned it. I don't have an explanation for it. I just mentioned it because I noticed it after the close yesterday, having gone to the airport. I didn't comment on GameStop specifically. We're at 1736, and I didn't specifically say anything about it. And right now, the volume of 1.1 million shares tells me that there's buying interest, but not a lot at this point, and selling still trickles in. It's not heavy selling; it's just trickling selling. So I'm just getting the impression that it's the end of the tax loss season, and we're about to end it, but not yet. Maybe not yet. I did have a rant today, though. Oh, I had a good one. I had one of those old man rants today. I'm getting famous for those. JR, pause the video for a while. Then you can hear the chewing and crunching at 2 times speed when you start again. Bruce and the Chipmunks. It's incredible. Fool took Bruce with possible upswings on GameStop after tax loss selling. Should we wait to write or stick to the always be writing rule? The stock's at 1750. Hard to imagine it staying this low. People were saying exactly this when it was at $27, $24.50, $22, $21.25, $20.50, $19.75, $18.80. They're now saying it at $17.44. Always be writing. Don't be afraid to write. Embrace the idea of writing and the stock going up. Embrace it. You want this to happen. You really do. You want to write $18 calls, 19s, 20s, 21s. Write those. Take the big money off the table for March, April. Dare the market to go up. Dare it. You're not afraid. You have nothing to be afraid of, because you write a $20 call, bring in $360 a contract. The stock goes from 17 something to 1950. What do you care? This contract's still out of the money. Might trade at 4.25 for a while, but where's it going to go? $15 a contract? Not going to happen. No. If the stock goes to 22.50 in middle of January, late January, it goes to 22.50, and you know 20s for April, you still got nothing to worry about. You brought in more money in premium. So if you got taken out at 20 plus the premium, you're getting 23 something, and it's trading at 22 something. You still don't care. You just buy back and write 24s. The beauty of it is, if the shares want to go to $21, $22, that's now $4 or $5 from here. You're a happy customer. You're a happy camper. The value of your account's just gone up nicely. All those deep in the money calls and your stocks are here. You'll do rollovers. You're a very easygoing person. You'll buy back your $20 calls for $4, $4.25. You'll turn around and write 22.50s for May or June. Take in 4.5, 4.75. You'll do that. You're very accommodating. And you're richer. And you dare the stock to go up again. Go to 24, 25, 26. Go ahead. I'll buy back my 22.50s at $5, 5.25. Okay, sure, no problem. I'll now write 24s, 25s for September. No problem. I'll write those. I'm still laughing all the way to the bank, because those deep in the money calls are going up. We were at $17. We're now at 24. I'm up $7 a share contract. I'm a happy camper, Bruce. It's okay. I'm happy with rollovers. Very happy with rollovers. The stock wants to go from 26 back to 22 for a little while. You're laughing. Oh, God, are you laughing? Those calls are all out of the money. They're collapsing under their own weight. Guess what you're doing? You're buying them back for less money, and now you're running 24s. 23.50s, 23. It's okay. You don't mind. You're all good. You'll go from September's back to July's. It's all good. Fear nothing. Keep writing. Good morning from Credit Savage. Looks like GameStop is taking a whooping the last few days. Magic is gone, I think. There you go. Dude, Zach, classic rant from Uncle Bruce this morning. It was a classic. Bagel Babe, 186 thumbs ups, Bruce. You're getting 200 today. Fool who took. Thank you, Bruce. You got it. Deep value. Thank you, Uncle B. Great psychology lesson there. Yeah, you don't care. You don't fear upside. But you better score downside. You better take it. Absolutely. Dow's up 25 points. GameStop down 97. Moderna down 421. ATIP 30.1 cents a share. Tesla up 328. SoFi down 9.5 cents. Apple down 2 cents today. What a day. $17.13 GameStop. That's the low of the day, I think. $17.19 right now. Always be analyzing your option chains. You've written 2750s, 28s, 30s, 26s, 25s, 24s. Always be watching them. There are frustrations from time to time where, that darn contract won't drop right now. It's not dropping. It's not dropping. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. But don't be afraid to buy back a call that you wrote for $25, turn around and write a 22. Same expiry date. Just take the extra cash. Take the money. Write a 21. Write a 20. Take the money off the table. Let the option gambler be the one giving you the compensation for the lower price of the stock. Let them compensate you in cold, hard cash. Just builds up your ability to buy back these calls later or acquire deep in the money calls for even cheaper. Use the opportunity to let these option writers, these option gamblers, give you, the option writer, wonderful returns on your investment. The Dow's off 35 points. We're going to have glitches like this all the time. 17.20 on GameStop. Keep an eye on your chain, your option chain. There might be some opportunities here to do some stink buybacks here. As I was just saying a few minutes ago to one of my viewers, put in a 201 stink bid. Who knows? You might get hit. You might be the only buy order after it drops 15 cents. You're the next only buy order showing and you get hit. You didn't know. You'll take it. Thank you very much. I almost dropped my plate. So good. Wing Commander, good morning. I just bought back my February 17s, the $25 contracts for pennies on the dollar. What to write? 20s for March, 19s. Definitely take a look. Maybe 19s. Don't let this $20 number psych you out. Don't play that game. Let's see. March $20 calls, 250 bid. 19s 279 bid. 18s 310 bid. April contracts, just for fun. 20s are 305. The 1875s are 340 bid. You want to get, obviously, offers, the highest offers you can. Stink offers, obviously. Brian, is 65% return okay? I think so. Like I always say, this is fun. Miraculous. I'm up 30% of my GameStop April 21-25s. I'm having a hard time not taking that cash, but I'm not really seeing anything to write without going way out real low. What do I want to do? 21-25 Aprils. Yeah, I'm showing a 270 bid as of my last quote, but my quote's 10 minutes old. They might now be more like around 260 bid or something like that. 21-25s, you said, right? They might be 260, 255 bid. Yeah, I just sit back. If it wants to back off enough, you'll take them back. But then you might write lower strike. In theory, if you buy back your 21-25s around the 260 range, you could write 1875s for April for about the 365 range and take the difference. Maybe $1 more. Take $1 more. But on the other hand, it may not be worth your while to do so. You got 20 of them. Bringing $1 in is worth it. $2,000 for one or two may not be worth it. Christina, I bought back. I'm looking to write again. There we are. This is what we're doing here. The Dow's down 85 points right now. That's what we have. We have an intraday little slump in the market. And we're watching these closely. 1704 on the stock on GameStop, new low. Yet again, keep an eye on your option chains. We're only down $1.16, you know. That's all it is. But for some of you, you might have yourselves 40, 50, 60, 70% profit margins. Do not be holding options that are trading at between 50 cents and $1. Don't be looking to score the last 30, 40 cents here. No. Buy these back on a stink bid right now and turn around and write calls that can get you $2, $3 more each immediately. You need to bring in $200 to $300 a contract today, immediately, added cash. Even if you don't spend it, just have it in your account. It's better in your account than in the option trader's account. That's what you want to do. Don't be trying to buy back a 84-cent contract for 48 cents. Forget these dimes. Forget this stuff. Buy those back and write $3.50, $3.70, $4 calls. Go further out, come further in, take the money, grab the cash. That's what you got to do. Dude, Christina, got to make that 20 cents right there. Christina's busy. Christina's a day trader. There's a difference. 1704 now on GameStop. Opportunity knocks. 1707 at the moment. Fascinating day here. The Dow Jones is down 60. The S&P down 6.5. Nasdaq down 13. Chevron and Walmart are the two stocks under the most pressure at the moment. Okay. Oil down $1.99 at 77.54. So oil is under some pressure. Finally, touched 80 on Friday. Now 77.50. There you go. Moderna 175.76. ATIP 30.1 cents a share, holding right in there on 76,900. 30.1. Tesla 111.44, up 234 a share today. SoFi down 12 cents to 427. Apple down 16. HPQ off 11 or 10 cents or something like that. 6 cents, pardon me. Google down 43 cents, 87.50. Amazon down 11. Home Depot unchanged. Cisco down 6 cents. Netflix down 4.31. Pfizer down a nickel. IBM down 49 cents. Microsoft up 1.74. Vanik down 2 pennies. Adobe up 48 cents. Goldman down $1.05. Boeing down $1.04. Meta down. Meta is up 43 cents. Now ME is up 4.5 cents. Rocket Lab up 3.5 cents. Matterport up 7. SmartRent up a dime. Spire at 93.5, down 2.6 cents. Cyxtera down 5.5 cents at 162.5. That's where we are at right now. Royal Caribbean down 31. Carvana up a dime at 382. Robinhood 766 down 4. BlackBerry down 4.7 cents. Norwegian down 14. Carnival up 5 cents. Target up 53. JP Morgan down 31. Costco down 75 cents. Walmart down 171. Disney down a quarter at $86.12. Nvidia down 57 cents. American Airlines at $12.46, down 7 cents a share. There's where we're at. We're down 56 points on the Dow Jones, with GameStop at 1712, down 108 at the moment. Here we are. All right. James Burnaby struggling a bit with GameStop, falling as I'm not writing poor man cover calls. I own the shares and I'm losing more from shares than premiums. Worried stock never comes back. How many here writing and owned? How many are writing on owned shares? Well, James, these stocks fluctuate. That's what they do. Today is the end of December. It's the end of the year. There are forces at work that are not normally at work any other time of the year. It's just today, tomorrow, Friday. You gotta endure it. But I'd be writing calls. I'd be taking money off the table. I would let these option writers compensate you for this. Why are you taking the pain? There's no reason for it. Brian, James, don't worry about your cost basis. Just sell your covered calls. Everything will be fine. Robert, what is happening to Spire? Brian, I think 100% of us own GameStop shares. There is no concern about the share price. You're in good company. Dude, I write on 2,200 GameStop shares owned. Nothing to worry about with this volume. Let your contracts shrink. The Credit Savage, Uncle Bruce, I wrote 5 GameStop 20s for March. I got $360 for each of these things. Those are now 233. I think I should buy back on this dip. What do you think? And write 1750s for same date, or cross my arms in place of 191 stink bid? What do you think I should do? Well, 191 would be a nice little score, and nothing wrong with that. And then maybe write 17 and a halves or 18s, bring in more money. Nazareth, James, I'm all in stocks, have 6,100 GameStop right now. Given a long enough timeline, you will not lose money, just might take longer. Keep writing and taking profits off the table. That's it. There are people here who have been writing calls on GameStop since last year, about March, April. A lot of them started writing May and June and July last year when I started bringing out my classes on how to do this. And folks have taken in money and money and money and money from their GameStop shares. Now, most of the folks who've taken in cash have pretty well reinvested the dough back into other stock or maybe more GameStop. But a number of folks have taken cash and just paid bills with it and taken care of obligations and IOUs and whatever. Fabulous. Some folks are making a living, literally paying their rent, mortgage, bills, groceries from GameStop premiums. But I will bet you there are folks here who have taken in so much money from options that they've taken in more than half of the value of their investment that they ever made in GameStop. There are probably folks here who've taken in more cash than they've ever put into the stock, just from premium shrinkage all the time, constantly buying back and writing new and buying back, writing. I bet you there are folks here who have so little of their money into GameStop now. It's all option money, all option gambler money that is making up their investment. Well done, all of you. Fool of a Took. Also, each time you collect premium, you lower your cost average. If you only own 100 shares and your cost average is 20, each dollar you lock in is a dollar deducted from your cost average. Exactly right. Uncle Bruce thought, what are your thoughts on the 18s for March? What about those? Yeah, it could be written. We're at 17.10 a share right now. March contracts, 18s. Let's see, what's the last quote I got? See if this works or not. I just got to let my big ass iPad fire up a little bit here, see if it wants to cooperate. Here we go. March 18th, 3 to 320 last I'm seeing. So yeah, I mean, if you can get the prices in that neighborhood, nothing wrong with that money. Fool of a Took, sell a $3 call. You're now at $17. Buy back at $1. You're at 18. Over time, there it goes, down, down, down. Exactly. Wing Commander, 282, 305. My stink is 299. There you go. There's an offer. There's an offer right there. Right on. 1710 on the stock. Let's see what gives. Yeah, right on. Like it. Very good. 1712. Nazareth, I started with 4,000 GameStop, and I keep on using profits to reinvest. I now have 6,100 shares to write contracts against. So those 2,100 additional shares are from the premiums of GameStop that just lets me buy more and write more and buy more and write more. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep it. And you're using other people's money all the time. It just gets larger and larger. 61 calls at a time now are written by Nazareth versus 40. That's adding up. $3 a contract, that's 18 grand a shot. That's money. That's real money here. Why not? Why not take this cash? 1713 on the stock, down 107. Moderna 176.11, down 4. ATIP 30.1. Tesla 109.58, holding a 48-cent gain. Hanging on. Tesla's hanging on. I think we're at the low range of this stock's trading range for now. Just my hunch on Tesla. SoFi 426 on SoFi, down 12.5. Apple 129.30, down 74. HPQ down 2 cents. Google down 71. Amazon down 54. Home Depot down 19. Splayer Uncle Bruce. I wrote a GameStop call for June with a $20 strike. Do you think I should wait until it's hitting my order at 335? I've gained from it. 510 I wrote this thing for Friday before Christmas. I sold it for 510. It's 335. What do you think I should do? Just let it keep coming down. Just let it keep coming to you. Brian, I just bought back my other covered calls. I made 77% profit. I told you this is fun, man. I love this. That was the April 2750. Giddy up. Giddy up. Well done. 1723 on the stock, scoring these gains. Dude, I think from my cost average with premium fees, I'm at $16 a share. I haven't done the exact math. I'd be doing even better with Poor Man's. That's the only writing since September of this year. Right on. There you go. Well done, everybody. If you can buy more deep in the money calls and write more calls, do it. Absolutely do it. Let the options market pay the freight. Just wait till you are 5-year veterans. Writing options for 5 years. The comments over here will be completely different. Oh my. But in 5 years, if I'm still doing this, there will be people who have only been here for 3 months, 6 months writing, and those who've been here for 5 years writing, 6 years writing, and you're going to see a whole different kind of conversation going on. Should be most fascinating. All right, then I'm going to fold my arms, sister. I'm just going to fold my arms, let this thing keep dropping. I'm just going to let this makes me richer. That's right. Giddy up, Spare. Giddy up. Here we go. Dude, my plan is to move into Poor Man covered calls in the new year slowly with premium fees. Wing Commander, stink bid hit, 18 covered calls, just written $2.99 each. Spare. Can't wait for that. And thanks, Uncle Bruce. Wing Commander, I mean stink ask. That's right. Where is the edit button? That's right. Stink offer. James, I understand, and I'm following what everyone is doing, and I'm bringing in about $6,000 a month. However, my 2,500 Gamestop is down 29% since getting into covered calls in October, and just makes me uneasy as a newbie writer. You just keep bringing in $6,000 a month. This makes the pain go away. 5 months from now, another 30 grand has been brought in the front door. You're going to be just fine. Wing Commander, that is 18 times 280 profit locked in again. Thank you, Uncle B. Right on, Wing Commander. Way to go, pal. That is awesome stuff. I love it. $17.37. We're actually a little higher on GameStop. It does fluctuate. Look at the big picture. Look how quiet it is today. We're down 54 on the Dow. Down 8 on S&P, down 28 on NASDAQ. There's nothing going on here. GameStop is down only 25%, less than Apple year to date. Little shades of chaos. James, I'm down 50% on all my accounts with GameStop. My cost base is in the 30s. I just keep on writing. Deep value, typing. Typos have deep value. Just keep on writing. Just keep on writing and keep on writing and keep on writing, and you never stop writing. Absolutely right. I mean, in theory, theoretically, if everyone on this channel, every time they wrote options on GameStop and they brought money in and they turned around and bought more GameStop, you guys would be gathering up all this cheap GameStop stock and taking it off the market. That would inherently make it go higher, which means you're going to be writing higher price contracts. I mean, however it goes. James, you started with 60 grand invested in GameStop. If you keep making 6 grand a month, you'll make back your investment in 10 months. After that, your 29% is actually plus 71. Constantine, it was yesterday my TD sold 7 leaps without a warning while I bought early some calls on a dip, although I did it for months. Now I can't buy early without cash in the account, although is a margin. I don't understand why I bought early some calls on a deep dip. Well, I did for a month. I'm confused here on this one. Fool, James, 6,000 a month. Wow, that's more than I make 3 jobs. You go, hoping to get that level writing options splayer. And because of my second call, you think a March or an April call to strike near 18 can be useful as well? Yep, can be. Bobby, oh, baby, my arms uncrossing day is coming. Those same 25, 26 and a half, finally showing a drop base on stock price, 150 to 190 range. Between the both of them, my stink bid is 119. There you go, Bobby. They come to you. They'll come to you. Time is the equalizer here. Absolutely. Loaded Belly, new member of the channel. Hey, thank you. They're joining in. We have 197 thumbs ups, by the way, and Loaded Belly has joined us as a chillin' with Uncle Bruce member. A nice see you here. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining or rejoining, whatever the case may be. 197 thumbs ups, 3 away from 200 today. Now 198. Thank you. Appreciate that. 199. Here we go, going for 200 thumbs ups as always. It is much appreciated, all of you. Thank you so very much. Dude is saying to Constantine, you're going to have to make a phone call with that broker on this one. Mr. Premium, welcome, Billy. He's loaded with dry powder. Right on. Right on. Down 40 on the Dow. GameStop 1754, only off 68 cents now. Mirko, I am number 199. You're my man. Thank you very much, Mirko. ATIP is at 30. Tesla at 110.54, up 144. SoFi 428, down 11 cents. Karen, I managed to buy back my GameStop Feb 17 25s at 90 cents. I sold March 17 18s, $2.99. There you go. That's what we're talking about. $2 a contract more, $200 a contract more in the house. Bring in the cash, bringing it in. Exactly. One little win at a time, another one and another one and another one. Every single time. Good job. Well done, everybody. Brian is saying, interesting to look at how my investment is done. So on 100 shares of GameStop since September 19, 2022, I have returns of $710. My cost basis for the 100 shares is $33.91. So overall, I'm at a return of 21%. How about that? This is me learning how to do this. I'm making this return learning how to write options, not writing options as a prolific option. I'm just figuring this out. Nice. Joe K has come in here as a new member. Welcome, Joe K. Gold Bagel member level 2. Thank you, Joe, for coming on in here as a Gold Bagel member. All new Bagel members are welcome, no matter which level you join at. Joe, make a point of joining me tonight if you want on this show up here, or if I'm aiming in the right direction. I'm looking at myself right now on YouTube. Yeah, I think I got it right. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that Gold Bagel member level there. We're live tonight at 8 o'clock for Gold Bagel members. It's prime time with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members only. So, Joe, you're in the club. Join us tonight. You'll get a notification of this later today. Right on. Thank you, everybody, for popping in here. Hey, Joe, says JR. Joe finally stopped lurking. Uncle Bruce, let's make a ton of money. Oh, boy, that'd be great. Brian, welcome, Billy and Joe. Joe's laughing. Oh, DQ. Hey, Joe, where are you going with that bagel in your hand? What are you doing? JR. Oh, Brian, right out of the gate, too. Right on. Brian is laughing. Joe's laughing. Everyone's laughing. People are making money. That's what it's all about, kids. Making money in this market. Well done, everybody, and keep it up. I'm so excited for 2023. I did laugh with Auntie Jen here a minute ago. About a half an hour ago, she said pundits are talking about what a rough year 2022 was and how people didn't make money in the markets. Isn't that funny how people didn't make money in the markets? Yeah, there were a lot of losers in the stock market last year. A ton of losers. They came in January with the market riding high, and by the end of the year, they were wiped out. There were a lot of day traders that don't day trade anymore. They're out of here. They got blown away badly. And then there are the viewers of this channel right here, writing call options, going, yeah. I don't lose money writing options. I make money. A loaded Billy. Can't wait to learn more about these options. Beach Boy just sold 41 GameStop May 17 and a half at 419. Ho, ho, ho. 41 of them. That's $420 a shot times 41. That's a nice little chunk of cash being picked up there. I kind of like that. Joe, DQ, I actually play guitar too. JR, what can be better, making money and laughing all the way to the bank? Fool of a took. Brian, I'm in the same boat. I started writing one GameStop call in September, and I've seen similar results. I now have two, with 4 more calls to be written. So here we go. Blair, welcome to all the new members in case I've just missed the last couple of days ago here. Brian, Fool of a Took, well done. I have enough for 2 covered calls right now. Should have enough for a total of 3 by the end of the month. So building up the number of deep in the money calls to write even more contracts and accelerate the cash flow coming in here. Wing Commander, Uncle Bruce, thoughts on poor man covered call GameStop 10s are now trading a bit outside of the 90-10 rule. With the current premiums, I think they're still enticing, aren't they? They're like 9.35 to 10.20 with the stock at 17.34. These calls are worth 7.34 true book value. And around $8, $8 to $8.10 would be the ideal price to pay for these. But if you can get these in the low 9s or the high 8s, you definitely want to pick these off and write against them for sure. Because you've got till 2025 on these. Absolutely. JR, did you just say play guitar? Fool of a Took, Brian, nice. Pulse Guitar Beach, you do this within an LLC. Wing Commander, if you were able to grab at some at 9.35 and write a call for 3.10, that would take 33% off the table. Exactly. That's the best part about it. Beach Boy, thank you, my friend. Jen's Fund, happy Festivus for the rest of us. Thank you, Beach Boy. All donations to the Gen Fund are gleefully accepted. Absolutely wonderful. The big day is upon us. Fantastic. I am in option business, and I use the calmness for wise and precise day trades. Works mostly well on both sides. Sometimes I'm still too greedy, and then it only calls work. JR, Joe, you got to get on Discord and check out what Pulse Guitar and I did with the Rugman video song. We do have lots of fun. Brian, Fool of a Took, are you doing poor man cover calls or just buying shares? I mean, the shares are quite cheap right now. Pulse Guitar. Oh, yeah. Speaking of Discord, I sent an email for this link. Hit me up, please. Yes, if any of you want to become a member of the Discord group, send me an email at brucefarmer@hotmail.com. The link should be down below. Send me a little comment saying, Bruce, I'd like to become part of the Discord. I will then get you over to an individual who will then get you to the administrator of that site, because we protect it against trolls, and the good people are allowed in, the bad people are not. So yeah, by all means, a Fool of a Took. Brian, just buying shares at this point, still not approved to buy calls yet. I only moved past 2 calls because I took out a loan. Wing Commander, all right, who here put in a stink bid at 950? Who did that? Brian, Robert, now how do you guys see the X-SPACs doing in 2023? How do you guys think it's going to go? Lots to follow there, lots to watch. DQ, anyone seen Michael H lately? Everyone say, I don't know, is he on a holiday or something? Is he out of town? I don't know. There's a few folks that are out there traveling right now. Brian, Fool of a took. I also took out a little loan to get my second covered call for GameStop. It is paying off. Very nicely done. There are people out there who've talked to me one-on-one about this, and some of these folks have said to me, Bruce, I've got my hands on $50,000 right now, and I make a monthly payment on this for like $500 a month. What do you think I should do? Should I write on this money? And I say to them, hey, if you can write covered calls on some assets with that 50,000, you might be hauling in 4, 5, 6% percentage points per month on your cash from option premiums. That's like $3,000 a month coming in the door. Even if you net out $2,000 out of 3, buy them back, rewrite. You're only paying $500 to use it. That leaves $1,500 to pay the loan off faster with, or to add to that 50,000 and compound your return. Well worth your while to grow on that option front. Absolutely. That's cheap. That's cheap money to make money. Absolutely. Well done. Let's see what else is going on here. Paul Beach Boy says, no LLC yet. My accountant says no need for now. Joe K, JR, will do, dude. Splair, I have the feeling the year will stay almost unchanged from 2024. Maybe sometimes a pop, chilling there for a while, but then, profit and we drop unless we get some peaceful times back. Well, we'll find out, Splair. Doesn't really matter. Option writers, we don't need to care if the market goes up or down. We just make money anyway. That's what option writers do. Thank you all for being here today. We have 204 of you still with me. We've been on the air now for 2 hours, 26 minutes. I got to say my goodbyes. Say thank you all for joining me today for this early show. The thumbs up meter is now at 206. Thank you all so very much for these thumbs ups. Thank you to the new members joining in. This is beautiful. Appreciate all of you new members coming in here. It's great to have you join the party. Welcome to the Nakatomi Tower, where we all have a good time. We're down 90 on the Dow. The GameStop is down 85 at 1735. Moderna 176.47 down 370. ATIP, it's at 30 cents even, unchanged. Tesla 109.38 up 28. SoFi 425.5 down 13.5. Apple down 161 to 128.42. It doesn't matter if these shares are down or up today. It doesn't matter. We make money anyway. Welcome to the option writing party. It's a whole different world than the rest of the market. That is for sure. Thank you all so much for being here. Fool of a Took says, Brian, nice. The way I see it is our returns are much higher than the interest, even though the interest rate is stupid. I can pay the loan with my third job and can cash in on my options if needed. Splair, but I love it when the in-the-money calls when it pops. John Anderson, thanks, everybody. Dude, Fool of a Took, you got a home equity line? Fool of a Took, no, just a personal loan from SoFi. Splair, and have a successful day and a relaxed break, you all. I'll be back on today at 3 o'clock Eastern time for the final hour of today's market. And then tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time for Primetime Live with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members. These guys right here. If you're a Gold Bagel member, join me tonight at 8 o'clock for the weekly Primetime show just for you guys. Ask whatever you want. We'll talk about your trades and what's going on. Looking forward to it. Thank you, guys. Fool of a Took, just bought my first home last December. No equity yet, though. So, one day at a time. All right, guys. Enjoy the markets. Keep your eyes on your option chains. And we'll see you at 3 o'clock Eastern this afternoon. We'll shut down the day together. And then we'll get ready for tonight's show. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Dude is saying if you're a homeowner, you might look into a home equity loan. Interest rates are much lower potentially. Lorraine, Uncle Bruce, I invested $60,000 in my business. I still have 3 figures in the bank. Right on. And dude, right. Okay, there you go. Thank you, guys. Catch you this afternoon at 3 o'clock, and let's make some more money, all right? Richard's got the right idea. Neat options. Neat options nomads. Thanks for the morning show, Uncle B. See you this evening for prime time. You got it, guys. Looking forward to it. All right, guys. All the best to you. We'll see you this after 3 o'clock. Bye for now, okay? Right on. Bye, Uncle B from Lobo Blast. Thanks, buddy.